say we are safe. So the emphasis he's making is that you can make, I'm saying it again, you can make a tree either good or make a tree bad. All right. Okay. So let's jump to verse 35. Let's compare 35 to 33. So you see some things. It says a good man out of the what? Are we here? A good man out of the what? Good treasure of his what? Of his heart brings forth what? Good things. So if we're to parallel 35 with 33, verse 35 does a work of breaking it down. So it's now making it much more practical. There is the man, there is his heart, and then there is his what? The fruit he bears. There is the man, there is the state of his heart, and then there is the what? The fruit. And the fruit here is what he's describing as the good things that he brings forth from his heart. Verse 33 was emphasizing on the man and his fruit. The nature of the man and his fruit. Verse 35 is establishing the type of man, the state of his heart, and the things that come out of his heart. The things that come out of his heart are the fruit. So if you want to determine the kind of fruit the man bears, so in God's eyes, we can't, as God sees, that's what he's describing. Based on from kingdom perspective, we can tell the type of tree you are by the fruit you bear. Okay, we'll break that down. In verse 35, it tells us that we can tell that a man is good because of the state of his heart. His heart is also good. That's what he's describing as the good treasures of his heart. So his heart is like a treasure chest, from where we get out of that treasure chest what? Good things. And then he says, in that same verse 35, on the other hand, for an evil man, and that from that heart there is a kind of fruit that is being born, and the fruit that is being born is categorically that which is good. This was exactly what John was saying in 1 John. The entire book of 1 John was emphasizing this, when he was saying that we don't want to know, we'll look into it, we don't want to know what is in your heart. We don't want to know what is in your heart. We don't want to know whether you have confessed Jesus as your Lord and Savior, whether you are born again, whether you claim that you are saved or you are not saved. That's not what matters. What matters is what fruit are you bearing. That if we cannot look at or see the fruit that you are bearing, or if we see the fruit that you are bearing and we see that it is not commensurate with what you are claiming, what you are saying, then my dear brother and sister, you are not who you claim you are. Matthew 7 will help us draw some things clear. We'll be shuffling both scriptures, Matthew 7 and Matthew 12. Matthew 7, are we there? All right. Matthew 7 from verse 15. Okay. It's talking about false prophets here. So it says, beware of false prophets. We are going to be extracting principles from here, okay? So it says, beware of false prophets who come to you in what? In what? Sheep's clothing, looking like sheep. So in the external, they look very much like the sheep. But inwardly, what are they? Ravenous wolf. When he says inwardly, what's he emphasizing? He's emphasizing heart. Are we together? When he's talking about sheep's clothing, what's he emphasizing? He's emphasizing what they are trying to portray, what they are trying to show as fruit. Verse, by the way, this, like I said, is talking about prophets, but it can apply to believers. Alright? It can apply to believers. Verse 16, he said, you will know them by their what? Fruits. You can't disguise fruit.